To the stream. Welcome to Side Hustle Sam live stream. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get everything set up. This is a whole new thing for me. I'm trying this new microphone that Mrs. Side Hustle got me. Mrs. Side Hustle got me this microphone for my birthday present. And today is my birthday. So I'm going to be working on this live stream today. Testing out my new microphone. Hopefully somebody will be able to join in on the chat pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. It's been a pretty eventful couple of weeks. Been working hard. I'm going to try something out here. Hey, Brainstorm Challenges, how are you doing? Good. Good to see you. Chris, are you at work or are you at home? Good to see you on here today, Chris. I've been keeping up with you. I'm trying to see how this new microphone and new headset work. I'm trying to listen to it on my YouTube channel, but there's a delay on the YouTube channel, so I'm going to see if I can get it on StreamYard where I'm listening to it. I wonder if it'll let me log in on two devices at one time. So what's been new with you, Chris? I've been keeping up with you on your let me see if I can close this out on your channel. Okay, now let me see if I can hear it live. There we go. Now I can hear it live. There's no echo. Working. You finally got your house. Oh, that's wonderful. Good to hear that. Well, we've been working on that house that we have that we're trying to rehab. My last video, I showed a house where I had a tenant move out and he left it in pretty bad shape. But the house has been picked up and cleaned up. And so now we're doing pretty good. I got a new tenant in the house. What's the exclamation points for, Brainstorm? Okay. So I'm going to wait for a second, see if we can get anybody to join us. It's exciting to see you too. I wish we could get together sometime again. For those who don't know, me and Chris actually had a chance to meet each other in person several months back. I went down to where he lives and talked to him there, and we had a good, nice conversation. So we got 3 houses rented out now, long-term rentals. And I still got my Airbnb. The Airbnb is going pretty good. We're keeping tenants in there. We're right now doing long-term tenants and trying to get longer rentals if we possibly can. So we had an issue with the house, with the Airbnb house. What happened was the pipes, I guess the drain pipes that go underneath the house, underneath the foundation, there was a breakage in the pipe somewhere along the line. So what happened was they called me and they thought it was something wrong with the washing machine, because that's where the leak was actually coming from. The water was coming from underneath underneath the washing machine. So I was thinking the same thing. So I called the repairman to come out and take a look at it. So he came out and take a look at it, and he saw that there was an issue, but it wasn't with the washing machine. So what he showed me was that what was going on is there was water coming up from underneath the house, underneath the slab, right next to the washing machine. He turned it on and let me see it, and the water was coming up actually underneath through the foundation. And that's one thing that you really don't want to happen, because now what's got to happen, I have 2 options. Number one, I can either dig up the foundation and have to replace all the pipe underneath. Or number two, there's one plumbing service in town that does this. It's the only one that does this. And what they do is they go in and they reline the pipes. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get them to come out in a couple weeks and put a new lining in the pipe. And it actually like puts a pipe within a pipe, is how it was explained to me. And if you will just forgive me for just a second, I'm going to turn on my ceiling fan because I'm getting a little bit warm in here. Whew. Okay. That's a little bit better. So the rentals have been going pretty good, other than having the issue with the house. And then the tenant that moved out prior to that I showed in the last video, where he just left it in a disaster area. So we got all that cleaned up, got everything fixed, got the flooring in the kitchen redone. I put some vinyl plank flooring in there, and that helped a lot. Yep. We're going to see how that works. The only thing is they're not going to be able to come out for 7 to 10 days. So it looks like it's going to be a little while before they can come out. Now I have a tenant in there that's been in there for 30 days already, and they're wanting to rent it for another 30 days. But the problem is I haven't got the pipe fixed. I told them that they could stay in there as long as they want. Of course, they'll have to rent it for more time if they're going to stay in there. But the bathrooms are still working. They can still access water in the sink. The only thing is they just can't use the washing machine. So that's what I got going on. So you've seen that relining done before, and it's rather smart looking. Yeah, it's really ingenious that they do it that way. They actually shoot something down through the pipe, and it's like a balloon, and it puts a lining around the inside of the pipe and actually creates a new pipe within the pipe. So we'll see how that works. But it looks like they won't be coming out for another 3 or 4 days. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully the people that are in it right now will rent it for longer. But if they decide not to, I've already blocked it off so nobody else can rent the house, because I don't want someone walking into a problem. So if they decide not to re-rent it, I'll just keep it closed until I can get that pipe relined and have it working again like it's supposed to. And hopefully it won't be as expensive either. So I don't know how much it's going to be, but there's only one plumbing service in the whole city of Montgomery that does that. So, and they're backed up right now. So it'll be 7 to 10 days, like I said, before they'll come out. But eBay is going pretty well. Seeing pretty good sales. January wasn't a real exciting month. I think I did about $950 in sales. But February so far, we're only the 21st of February, which, by the way, is my birthday. So happy birthday to me. As you may not have come on early enough to hear, Chris, but this microphone is actually my birthday present. This is what my wife gave me. Mrs. SideHustle gave me for my birthday. And so I'm testing it out and seeing how it works. It sounds pretty good to me. I can hear it on my headphones. There's just a slight delay. So it sounds kind of weird talking to it, but you just kind of have to ignore yourself. Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you, Chris. Maybe I'll get some more people join, but I'm not really expecting a whole lot of people. This is kind of just a test run. I think one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of go over some of my sales, to talk about some of my sales on eBay, let you know how I've been doing this month. So let's see if I can remember how to share my screen. Okay, here we go. Good talking to you, Chris. Want to hear about your house. Are you going to make any videos about your house? All right, here we go. I'm going to go to my eBay selling. Get that back off of there. It has been in the background of a few, but we are still settling in. And I'm happy for you. Nothing better than being a homeowner until you have to do some work to it. All right, so this is today I haven't sold anything, but I've sold $541.18 in the last 7 days. And in the last 31 days, it's been $1,601. And then in the last 90 days, it's been $4,810.55. So doing pretty good. Creeping up on 2,000 subscribers. Wow. I'm so impressed. I'm still at 123 right now, I think. So let's see. Let's go to sold listings, orders, paid and shipped. This is kind of like a what sold video. Just kind of showing you what I've sold in the last month or so. eBay is a lot of fun because you can make good money and do very little work. All you have to do is list items. And as you can tell, anything and everything will sell. For example, I got this bar of soap, I think, at a yard sale. And this is a bar of soap that's made by a beer company called Old Milwaukee. Let's see. So this bar of soap is only 4.5 ounces. And it's called, I won't say this on the air, but you can read it for yourself. That's what it says on it. And it's made by Old Milwaukee. And I guess it's got beer in it. It's made with beer. Yeah, it is definitely, see, it says made with beer. So this was made sometime, it's not, well, I'm losing everything right here. Let's see. What happened here? Trying to see if there's a year on it where I can tell when it was made, but I don't think it does have a year. Nope. So that's one item that sold, and that was one of the lower dollar items. That one sold for $12.99. I think I probably paid about 50 cents for it. Now this item right here, it's a speaker system for a Dell computer. It's not a newer system, it's an older system, but it was new in the box. So it's a pretty good speaker system. It came in the box just like this. So it sold for $105. I think I paid about 20 bucks for it. And this was at George's thrift store. George, if you've heard any of my older videos, George is a guy that I know that runs a thrift store, and he does clean outs. And so he brings stuff into his store from the clean outs, and he sells it and makes a little bit of money. But I guess this is for like a computer system where you have like surround sound speakers. It's really a nice system. But that was one of the bigger sales that I've recently done. Thank you, Chris. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. You're off to see the wizard. Okay, we'll go make those greenbacks. Here's an item I picked up at a community yard sale, and I think I paid $40 for 4 of these. There was 4 of these vintage clock innards or inside parts. And so, no, actually there were 5 of them. I think I paid $50 for all 5 of them. And this is the only one that sold so far. And you see it sold for $40. So that's not bad. So I've almost got my money back on that purchase, but not quite yet. So hopefully I can sell the rest of them, but I don't guess that there's a huge market for these vintage antique clock parts. And I actually picked up a clock today that is like one of the clocks where these would be put in. It's a vintage clock, very antique actually. It was probably these were built in the 1800s. These clock parts came from the 1800s and those type of clocks. Another item I sold here is the Easy Share camera. This is just the camera. I've got several of these Easy Share docks that you can buy, and you get the paper for it, and then you can just print the picture. You just mount the camera onto the dock, and then you can print the picture. But this one sold for $24.99. Paid $5 for it at a yard sale. And I think it's all in the presentation because there were several of them that were set up online that I looked at that were less than $24.99 where you could buy it. But I think it all has to do with how you do your wording and, use all the words that you can to describe your item and then to take good photos. If you take good pictures of your items, it's a lot easier to sell the product. So let's look at the next item. This next item was a good sale, and this was a golf club. And this is a Ping G410 graphite shaft golf club. It's a 2-iron black dot, 17-inch. So it sold for $150. And you can always tell the golf clubs that have some value by looking at the shaft. I don't know much about golf clubs because I'm not a golfer, but I know a little bit from watching other folks on YouTube talk about selling golf clubs. But if you'll look on the shaft right here, there is a serial number. And that serial number is usually on the higher end golf clubs. But this one was in particularly good condition. And so it sold for $150. I bought this in a yard sale. I remember specifically. I bought about 6 of them, not this exact same one. There were 6 different kinds, and this was in the group that I bought. And I bought all of those for like $20. So this is a very good profit, very good turnaround on this particular club. All right, and the next item I sold is a NASCAR die-cast 1/24 inch, 1/24th, what do they call that? The size is 1/24. Tony Stewart. It's number 33, and it's got James Dean on it. And this thing sold for $24.99. This is one of those cars that I bought in the yard sale that we went to. I have a video for it a few months back, like September of last year, when we went down for Mrs. SideHustle's birthday. And I bought all of those cars for, I think, $30. There were probably about 6 or 7 of them. And these are higher end NASCAR model cars that you can buy. This is let's see if I can increase the size of that. Tony Stewart, number 33, James Dean 50th anniversary, 2005 Monte Carlo. And you see it's a limited edition, so there was only 5,244 of these made. But you know, $24.99 is not a big number, but it's a good number. It's a good turnaround on the, considering what I paid for the lot altogether. And I didn't think this would ever sell, this item right here. This is a set of Play School colored blocks, and it sold for $24.99. This item went to a overseas buyer, so it's headed overseas right now, and it sold for $24.99. You see that the carton or case that it's in, it's not in really good shape. It's kind of broken up on the top, and it didn't have a lid, but it was pretty full of blocks. As you can see, there was a lot of blocks that came with it, a lot of blocks that came with it. Filled it up. So that wasn't a bad deal. I got this at a yard sale. It's been a while since I got this. I don't recall exactly how much I paid for it, but I know it couldn't have been more than $2 or $3. Let's see what else. I'm really liking this new microphone. I think it sounds really good. This was a good sale here. I picked up this bat in a yard sale for $5. And it's a Mizuno. If you see any Mizuno bats or gloves or anything Mizuno, that's a good pickup. So this Mizuno bat, it has some kind of signature on it. I don't know who it is. When I bought it, I didn't even notice that it had a signature on it. But anyway, it sold for $54.99. And I think, yeah, like I said, I think I paid $5 for that. And it's a Mizuno Classic 34-inch bat. Here's another item that I sold that I didn't think I would ever sell because it sat in my inventory for quite some time. This ice hockey youth knee pads, or shin guards, actually, that's what it is. So these shin guards sold for $29.99, and they've been sitting in my inventory for quite some time now. But they finally sold, so that just goes to show you that you can pretty much sell anything. And this is one of those items that I kind of have seller regret. Didn't really want to sell it, but this is kind of one of those things that I had at my desk that I kind of tested my tapes and stuff with. But it's a Radio Shack cassette tape player, and it's a recorder also, and it sold for $19.99. It's a pretty good little player and recorder too. And not a whole lot for it. I know I don't have it maybe $2 or $3 into it, so it still has good profit with it. So these Puma turquoise shoes, they're called Arctic. They're running shoes. These were size 12. I had them listed for $54.99, and the guy reached out to me and he asked if I would take $49. So I said, sure, I'll take $49. So I took $49 for them and put them in a box and sent them on. Not a bad deal. That's pretty good. I never pay more than $5 for any pair of shoes. So, turn $5 into $50. That's a great return. Can't complain about that. And if you're a seller or if you're considering selling on eBay, this is one to look out for. This is the Wii Sports for the Wii. It's a never played this game. I'm not big on playing video games, but this one does pretty good. I sold 2 copies of it back to back. I sold this one with the sleeve and with the pamphlet that goes with it for $24.99, and then I sold the other one. I think it was $19.99, but let me look at it real quick. Yeah, here it is. This is the disc only. Yeah, it sold for $19.99. So that's just the disc, and that sold for $20. So that's pretty good, doggone good. Can't complain about that. I'm sure I don't have more than $1 into that. Now here's one that I sent, and I just got noticed through eBay. This went to Cairo, Egypt, and it's a perfume. It's called Mysterious Moonlight, and it's for women. And this perfume apparently is not allowed in Egypt. So they sent me a message and said, we're going to have to send your item back because you're not allowed, they're not allowed to have this product in their country. So they're going to send it back, and the postage is going to be taken care of. I'm not going to have to worry about the postage. But anyway, they're going to send it back. And then once I receive the item back, then I have to refund the buyer. It almost makes you want to take international shipping off, but I sell so many things through international shipping. I don't think it would be wise for me to take international shipping off. This little bar of soap here, it's 2.5 ounces. It sold for $9.99. I think I bought this with a bunch of makeup when at a yard sale one time. And I've already made all my money plus a whole lot extra off of that lot that I bought. So $9.99 there, that's just profit there. I sold this video game here, Sony PlayStation 3. It's Madden 25. And it came complete in the box with the manual. It's pre-owned game. But sold for $12, which isn't a whole lot. But when you look at sales overall, when you make little sales and you make a whole lot of them, it adds up pretty quickly. This was a pretty cool find that I got at a thrift store. I got this at the Tails End thrift store. It's a little hardback book, Dragnet, if you remember the TV series that came out back in the 60s, I think it was. This is Dragnet, case histories from the popular television series, and it sold for $14.99. And this book is not very big. It was a very small hardcover book. All I had to do was just put it into a poly mailer and pop it in the mail, and so real easy ship. I bought this item here at the same community yard sale that I bought the thing I showed earlier. This is the Core versus the Curse, an ultimate collection, 12 figures, and then there's 2 vehicles in the set also. and it's all brand new in the package. It sold for $44.99. And so this was at the Pike Road Community Yard Sale. And it sold, it took a little while to sell, but it sold for a good amount. I mean, $45. And I think I paid $10 for it. So that's not a bad turnaround. And this University of Auburn University hat. That was a good sale. We got probably about 15 of these. We've had them for a while. I've sold. This is the second one I've sold so far. So it's pretty good. $14.99. Not too bad. I don't want to bore you guys to death with so many items, but I think I'll try to shoot down here. Oh, let me show you this. This is a starting lineup football. Frank Reek for the Carolina Panthers. This is 1996, and it comes with a little action figure with his helmet and the card. And this is a rookie card for this particular player, so I guess it had a little bit of value, but it sold for $12. I bought a bunch of these starting lineups at a thrift store here locally. It's called a Dillum House, and this was a bad sale. This is one of those bad sales that I have made over the years. I've only made a few really bad ones, but this is one of the bad sales. When I bought this, it was approximately maybe 150 different things on the card. So you had football, you had basketball, a few basketball, not very many football, not very many basketball. And you had baseball, not very many baseball, and then a ton of hockey. And when I researched, I should have looked at it when I was in the thrift store, and I probably wouldn't have ever bought it. But I didn't. So I bought all of those. I think it's like 150 of them. I've got maybe half of them listed now. And I bought them for $300, a little over $300. So it's going to take me a while at $12 a piece to sell and to just get my money back. So we'll see how that goes. Don't buy those. If you're a reseller and you're looking at something to buy and you see a bunch of these and you think you're going to get a good deal, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right, let's see. I need to shoot down here and show you a little bit more, some of the bigger sales, some of the better sales. I'm going to show you this one here. This is a Nintendo NES original, The Legend of Zelda Gold. And this one has 5 screws on the back. Somehow that makes it special. I don't know. But having a gold cartridge and it being Zelda, and I think the year on it, let's see, it's in the 80s. I want to say 83, 84, maybe 85. The rest of them have some years on them, but this one doesn't seem to have it. But anyway, to make a long story short, the house that I bought that I've been renovating, that I've been talking about getting it ready, the one that is across the street from my house where I live, there were a bunch of these NES cartridges in the house together. And so this is one of the NES cartridges that were in the house. So I didn't pay anything for these items. They were left in the house. So that was just profit, unless you count the amount of money that I paid for the house. And then it wouldn't be profit at all. This is a auction that I had that actually came out pretty good. I was really proud of this auction. I was going through some stuff that I had here, just ephemera, and what this is uh, a bunch of newspapers and a photo. This photo is personalized to someone named Mitch. So a buyer reached out to me. He said he wanted to buy it, and he made me an offer for it. I had already put it up for auction. I guess he wanted it pretty bad. So his name was Mitch, and this is from the actual time when Bear Bryant died. These different newspapers. Sees Thursday, January 27th, 1983. So apparently that was the time when Bear Bryant died. He was the head coach for the University of Alabama, was one of the most winning coaches in history, in Alabama history. And I think he has been surpassed by the current coach. They often call him Saint Nick Saban. But I don't call him Saint Nick because I'm an Auburn fan. But anyway, that's him right there, Coach Bear Bryant. Well known for his coaching career at the University of Alabama. Anyway, to make a long story short, this lot with the 8x10 photo went up for auction. And the winning bid was the guy named Mitch, the one that had reached out to me before. And his bid was $104.27. So that was excellent. I don't think I even had anything into that lot. I think that someone gave me that. These little Game Boy Advance, this little red model, I picked it up at a yard sale, I believe, for $5. So turned $5 into $100. It's good if they work. I mean, I've gotten some before where they didn't work, and you just have to sell it for parts. And even then, if you get a really good deal on it, you can still make money. You don't have to worry about losing money on it, as long as you get it at the right price. But then if it works, then that's just gravy. And that sold for $99 plus shipping. So I think I'm going to make another video and go over some of the rest of the items that sold. You see, I sold a couple more of these starting lineups. These three are the complete set that I've sold so far, but these two sold to one person, and then the other one sold to a different person. But anyway, let's close this out and do a little bit more chatting and talk a little bit about eBay selling. I really enjoy eBay. It's a lot of fun, and it's not something that I really consider a job. I would hate to know that I had to depend on it for my income, but I think that if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I probably could make a living on eBay, because it's really about how much time you put into it. If you can put at least 2 hours a day into eBay and list items, but you have to make sure that when you're listing them, you're not just listing items that are random. You want to do your research and try to list items that have value. And the way to do that is to go onto the eBay website and see what has sold in the past, just like you would with a house. If you're going to buy a house, you're not just going to look at the first house you see and say, okay, I'm going to take it. You're going to look at what are the comps in the neighborhood, what are the houses in the neighborhood selling for. And so that's how you buy a house. But that's also when you're buying and selling on eBay, you're going to do you're going to look up comps, and you're going to see what they're selling for before you list them as a seller. And then if you're a buyer, you're going to do a little research, and you're going to see what they've been selling for as well. Because you don't want to overpay for anything. Excuse me. You don't want to overpay for anything, and you don't want to overlist or underlist anything. So you want to list it based on what the value is. And what I do generally is I list it on the high end. And the reason I do it like that is because I'm not desperate for a sale. You know, if I make a sale that's good, if I don't, it's not going to kill me. So I can afford to list it for a little bit higher now. But if I was a full-time eBay seller, I would probably list it on the lower end, so I'd be a little bit more competitive with other sellers. But it's just a lot of fun. It's something that I enjoy doing. I like doing this YouTube channel as well to talk about it, because it's a lot of fun to document your sales and to kind of have something that I can go back and look at later, or I can have my friends and my family members and other people can see what I've been doing and maybe inspire them. So it's good. You know, today is the 21st. It's my birthday. It's a Tuesday. Normally I would be at my day job right now, but I took today off. I took leave today because it's my birthday. And tomorrow I'd be headed somewhere to attend a conference. So I won't have to go into the office at all this week. It's really good. And I'm looking forward to the end of the year when it comes, because I plan on putting in my papers for retirement. I'm going to retire from my state job, and I'm just going to enjoy doing the things that I like to do, and listing on eBay, working with the rentals and the Airbnb is a lot of fun. And so that's what I'm going to do to occupy my time in retirement, besides going to see things and vacationing and going different places and such as that. So I'm looking forward to retirement, looking forward to being able to have my days to myself, being able to do what I need to do or what I want to do with my time. So I hope that if you join this later and you're watching it later, that you enjoy this podcast, so to speak. This is a live podcast. I'm using my new microphone that Mrs. SideHustle got me for my birthday, and hopefully it makes the audio sound better, and it's more enjoyable to watch and to listen to. So I'm going to go ahead and close out and tell you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.